You're watching Atlanta Falcons Today. I am Tom Downey, and if you are hyped about the Falcons' very impressive and very important win over the 49ers, show me that you are by liking today's video right now. The boys were cracking some beers open afterwards. Saw Arthur Smith getting involved on that too. You love to see it. Like the video if you're hyped about that Falcons 28-14 win, taking down the San Francisco 49ers. The ground game from San Francisco was not what we were accustomed to. Jeff Wilson, 7 carries, 25 yards, and a fumble as well. They had 2 interceptions of Jimmy Garoppolo. Marcus Mariota did not have an incomplete pass until the fourth quarter, one of his better games ever, especially from an efficiency standpoint. You won't find many more efficient games than that one. Defense stood strong. Talk about pregame, making sure you don't get off to a slow start, and they didn't. A 14-0 lead. Niners score 14, then Falcons score 14. So nice little even blend from that standpoint. Some positive takeaways to get to, but first, injury news and notes. A.J. Terrell, first up here. He left the game with a thigh injury. He was still on the sideline, so I'm hoping it was just like a deep bruise, not a tear or anything. But we'll have to wait and see on the A.J. Terrell injury status. I hope he's okay. He's too good, too important, too impactful to miss more than, a half or so, because the Niners offense did get going a little bit, especially once Terrell was injured in that game. So what is your panic level over this particular injury? Scale it for me from 1 to 10. 1 on the low end, 10 on the high end. Now, what was making matters worse is Casey Hayward also left the game, and I'm a little bit more worried about this one. He looked in some severe pain. He kept pointing to this area, so biceps, triceps, shoulder, whatever it is. I hope he's okay, but it was a shoulder, arm injury in some capacity. Hopefully Hayward ends up being okay. Quick aside here, Taquan Graham did return after he suffered a knee injury in that game, but hopefully Hayward and Terrell, the 2 stud corners, are okay for Atlanta. All right, some notable takeaways out of this game that I want to get into. And number 1 for me is how important and impactful that win is. This win, to be blunt, is pretty damn massive. To win this game is huge, not only for your confidence, for your record, whatever, but for your playoff hopes. The Niners are going to be a borderline playoff team, right? The Falcons want to have the exact same thing. So to get that win, I think, is about as important as it comes for Atlanta. They looked good. I know the Niners defense was decimated by injuries, so you really wanted to make sure you won this one, and you did. Credit to the Falcons and credit to Arthur Smith, most importantly, as the head coach. All right, it's a Week 6 win by 2 touchdowns. You cover the underdog covered it pretty easily there, right? I want you guys to grade the Falcons in their Week 6 win. I can't give them anything lower than a B+. I'm giving them an A myself, but I want to hear from you guys. Grade the Falcons in their win this week. A, B, C, D, or F. If the ad break comes here on YouTube, it's actually great timing. Take advantage of it. Head down there and hand out your grades at the pinned comment. Takeaway number 2, how about Marcus Mariota? That was one of the more efficient games you will ever see a quarterback play. Yes, he only threw it 14 times. He completed 13 of them. The lone incompletion came in the fourth quarter. 129 yards of offense, passing offense, I should say. 2 touchdowns. When you're averaging 9.2 yards per attempt, that's normally pretty good, even if you're averaging, 9.9 yards per completion. The efficiency was on display. That is exactly what you want for a team that ran the football 40 times today. 40 carries for the Atlanta Falcons. You talk about tripling your run-to-pass ratio. In general, when you run at 40 and throw at 14, in the NFL at least, sometimes in college it's not always true, in the NFL, you're going to win football games. Mariota had a 20-yard run, a touchdown scamper. You can see behind there on that one, on the photo. 6 carries, 50 yards in total. So 3 touchdowns on, we'll call it 20 plays for Marcus Mariota. 14 attempts and 6 carries. I was very impressed, very pleased with his effort, as the Falcons really did a fantastic job of controlling the clock, running the football well. Time of possession was 33-26, and that feels like kind of inflated by the Niners having a lot of control in the fourth quarter in the end. Who do you think was the Falcons' Week 6 MVP? I kind of want to get it to Marcus Mariota, but let me know what you guys have to say in the comments section. Now, you can be the MVP come Christmas time by getting your family or loved ones this Falcons. Or maybe put it on your Christmas wish list. My mother-in-law just asked for our Christmas wish list, and it is it is October 16th. I don't even know what I'm doing next week, let alone what I want for Christmas. But this is going to go on the list. Get yourself a Falcons hoodie or add it to the Christmas list at chatsports.com/ATL hoodie. That link's in the comments section and the description. Buy yours today. Copy, paste it for your list. Whatever it is, get yours today at chatsports.com/ATL hoodie. I want to give some credit now to the secondary in particular. They battled hard in this one. Jalen Hawkins had a pretty big fumble recovery. Isaiah Oliver, welcome back, an INT. Jalen Hawkins had an INT as well as they battled injuries, and they had to put Darren Hall out there for a bunch of snaps. It was not a normal secondary unit. Deebo Samuel had 7 for 79. Brandon Ayuk had 8 for 83 and 2 scores. Jimmy G threw for 296. If I told you guys Jimmy G throws for 296, you would have went, oh no. Did we get blown out? And he threw 2 interceptions as well. I want to give a lot of credit to the secondary that gutted out a performance when they knew the Niners had to throw it a lot. Almost an exact flip of the run-pass ratios for Atlanta and San Francisco, right? 41 pass attempts for the Niners, 14 for the Falcons, 16-14 rushing with the Falcons having the 40 there, so almost identical in the end. Now, we are 78 subs away from 8,000. I want nothing more than to get there. So help us out. Hit that big red button and subscribe right now. Free videos pretty much every single day, including the postgame ones like you're watching right now. My fourth takeaway, Caleb Huntley over Tyler Allgeier. Almost identical carries today. 16 for Mr. Allgeier, or for Huntley, 16 for Huntley, and 15 for Tyler Allgeier. 59 yards on the ground for Huntley versus 51 for Allgeier. Neither of them scored a touchdown, but Huntley had a long of 16. The running game looks just a little bit more explosive with Huntley back there. Now, in the end, I'm fine having it be a rotation between these two until Cordarrelle Patterson can get healthy, because this isn't even the best version of the Falcons' ground game. They average 4.2 yards per carry. Patterson's a better runner, both those guys, so he'll be a bit more explosive there. But of these two, pick a running back for me. Type in TA for Tyler Allgeier or CH for Caleb Huntley. I myself am going with Huntley, at least for now. I just want to see a bit more burst from Allgeier, but let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. The final takeaway, hey, Kyle Pitts sighting. It was much hand-wringing when Michael Pruitt catches the 2-yard score. Pitts caught one later, 3 catches, 19 yards, and a touchdown. Now, they threw it 14 times, so you're just not going to have a lot of targets to go around. 4 to Olamide Zaccheaus, who caught all of them. London was 4 for 3. Kyle Pitts had 3. Kyle Smith, Michael Pruitt, Avery Williams both had a singular target as well. So again, smaller sample size. You're not going to be able to get him 7, 8 targets when you throw it 14 times a game. But he got the red zone look. That makes me happier, not just because he's on my fantasy team. He's too freaking good at football to not be involved. I am happy with this, in part because the Falcons won the football game, but make sure they keep getting Kyle Pitts going throughout the year. He and Drake London, great size, great athletic ability. Get them the football. Now, if you're like me, you're hyped that Kyle Pitts, for the first time on U.S. soil, scored a touchdown. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about, right? If you're like me and you're hyped about it, then like today's video right now.